Hey guys, welcome back to Non-League to Legend. Today we have our two legs in the playoff final. Winner gets their position in League One. Pretty much just continued on from where we left off. Nothing else has happened. We've not done anything at all. So we'll just get stuck into the first leg against Annan. This is the team we're sending out with Mason in goal, El Zabadi, Semple, McIntosh and Logan at the back. Riley, David, Walton in the midfield. Stephen and Wilson supporting Lawler up top. Our players are still a wee bit tired from the semi final second leg. The only person we've changed is Lewis Wilson. He had to come out because he's just not fit enough for it yet. So we'll go with that, and hopefully we can put in a good performance. As you've seen, it was pretty dire. We've played them 4 times, I think it was. We've been beat 3 and drew 1. Hopefully, these are the two matches that we can produce a decent performance and get promoted. But Annan's got the first highlight of the game, but they head wide from it. Let's just demand a wee bit more. Nothing seems to be happening yet. This could be the chance. Hopefully they kick it up, but we snatch it back. El Zubadi has it. Lawler tried to play in Wilson, but it was too hard and it's intercepted by Annan. They now have the ball. This is not what you want to see. Annan passing it around. They're a really good side. Wilson to Walton. Walton plays on Lawler. Lawler's through and Lawler scores. He scores his 24th of the season and puts us 1-0 up against Annan. It was a poor pass from them, but we capitalised, and that's what I love to see. 1-0 getting into the break. We seem to be playing okay. I think both teams are a bit shattered, having so many games inside of like a couple of weeks. Because I think this might be the fourth game for each team, like in the 14 days. And as I've said in previous episodes, we're not fitness levels down at this level are not the best. Wilson is having an awful match, so we'll go two up top. Just quickly change their instructions a bit. Hopefully we can maybe snatch another goal, but Annan's got the highlight here. Looking down the left. Logan was beaten but manages to recover well. McIntosh lumps the ball forward to Lawler, who's one of them, the goalkeeper, but hits it straight at him. That could have been a big chance. Oh, that was a big chance, sorry, to put us 2-0 up. But Lawler couldn't do it. Now Annan are going down the left, but the header goes safely into Mason's hands. I think Annan's starting to stamp their authority on the game. Or not, we win it back, and Stephen's now through. Stephen was a hero in the first leg and the second, the semi-final, but he hits it wide. It's a busy second half. There's 15 minutes left to go. That was a poor lump up the field. That was to absolutely no one. But we intercept it. But it falls back into Annan possession. They're now going down the left again, and Their right winger has it, cuts it back, and their midfielder scores. That was a poor bit of defending. Our players are absolutely shattered. I think we're going to pay the price for it here if we don't. Mullen's got the ball, but it fizzles out. And one each. That was a decent first leg, I suppose. We didn't. We never got the result we were actually wanting, but 1-1 is nothing to be sniffed at. Now we face Annan at home. Hopefully we can perform a bit better. David Mullen is jaded and could do with a rest, but I'm sorry, everybody needs to pull their weight, and Cammy Logan, I've just noticed, is suspended for the next match. That could be a big loss. I'll be back in just a minute with the second leg against Annan in the final. Right, this is the team we're sending out for the second leg in the final against Annan. Mason in goal, Wilson, Semple, McIntosh, Linus at the back. Riley, David and Walton in the midfield. And we've got Stephen and Wilson supporting Lawler up front. Let's just get this final game of the season underway. I'm proud of what the team was able to do. Media expected us to finish bottom. Bold expected us mid-table. We finished second. We get into the playoffs. We get into the playoff final against two of the most difficult teams in the league, minus Kelly Hearts, obviously. And we've not put a foot wrong so far in the playoffs. We've been pretty good. The only thing I would have liked is a wee bit of space between this semi-final and final, because the players are absolutely shattered. The first highlight we started off, but I think it's going to end up being an Annan highlight because they've got the ball now. Come on, boys. Stephen wins it back. He just lumps it forward, but Lawler manages to get in, and he's in on the goal, and he slots it under the keeper, and that's his 25th of the season. Puts us 2-1 up, 1-0 on the night. That could be a big, big goal. Just before half time as well. Hopefully we can hold out to half time, which we do. So more of the same. There was only one highlight in that first half. I would love it if there was no highlights in this half. I don't think my heart could take a tight one at the end. But it looks like nothing's happening. We have a highlight. It's us to start it off. Wilson's on the left with it to Semple, who plays it forward. Oh, Lawler loses it, but it's there to Stephen. Lawler's through on goal. Oh, but Lawler hits a shoot at the keeper and it goes for a corner. I was going to call it. If it goes 2-0, game's done, and Albion Rovers are promoted. Corner comes in, but is easily cleared. Lewis Wilson now has it, but his cross is blocked. We've got 5 minutes to go. We have a corner. Wilson to take it. Swings it in, but it's cleared again. Linus is now on the right. It looks as if we've got a packed stadium. He crosses it in, but it's cleared. David Wilson now has it. He passes to Riley. To Walton. Walton passes to Lawler. Lawler shoots, and Lawler scores 2-0. 26th of the season for Mackenzie Lawler. Second of the match. Puts us 2-0 up on the night. 3-1 in aggregate. Surely that is game done. 30 seconds left. I don't know if that was a save or if that was Lewis Wilson that cleared off the line, but we've got it cleared. The Semple cleared it. They're flinging everything forward. Can everybody just not stand on the line and just not let them score? They cross in and Mason gathers. That should be it. And as Albion Rovers have been promoted, this was a team that was supposed to finish bottom of the league. We finished second. We then beat Forfar in the semi-final playoff, and then we beat Annan in the final. Bear in mind, Annan was a team that we had played 4 times this season. We hadn't won a single game against them, and to be completely honest, they battered us throughout the season. But what a fantastic result. As you can probably tell by my voice, I'm pretty happy. I was not expecting to get promoted this season, and when I seen that the poor form that we had against Annan, I must admit I had a wee bit of doubt. But there it is, confirmed. Albion Rovers promoted to League 1. Absolutely love the nickname for this team, the Wee Rovers. We consistently defied the odds from the outset and eventually clinched promotion. That is absolutely amazing. I'm so happy for the team that we were able to do this. But this is the big one. Board set initial budgets. Let's see what kind of budget we're getting. $7,000 in the wages and 75 or just over 75k in the transfer budget. So we have a lot of wage budget because I think we were actually £500 over the last wage budget. So I think the last wage budget was $2,500. So to give us that plus 75k for transfers, I think we could build a team worthy of staying up in League 1. I thought I would just add this on at the end of the video. The season review, the end of season 21-22 season. So the new arrivals, best transfer, Kelby Mason from Edinburgh City on a free. Cannot argue with that. He has been the signing of the season. I'm quite happy with the signings that we made. Obviously a couple of people in here are not ones that I brought in, like El Zubadi and Wilson. They were already here when I joined. But like the likes of Mackenzie Lawler, he came in and absolutely dominated other people's defences. Semple came in and played a big part. Logan came in on loan from Hearts and played a huge part, getting us to the playoffs. McLaughlin, another player that was awesome for us. Pretty sad that his season got cut short through injury. Walton, another player, never put a foot wrong. Robbie Orr, great loan signing. And McIntosh had a tough start to his career here at Albion Rovers, but kind of grew into a bit. The rest we never really used. We are obviously League 2. And as you see, predicted to finish 10th, finished 2nd, and earned promotion. Our top goal scorer in the league was obviously Mackenzie Lawler, 21 goals. We can obviously see the board expectation was mid-table, and we, on average, we filled the home attendance for our stadium was 40%, 639, and we had a B plus. Thought that would have been a wee bit higher, the fact that they wanted mid-table, but hey. And here we have the fixtures for the season. We had a good first episode, a good start to this season, but then we had that awful run. But then we had this run from the start of December to the end of February, where we went unbeaten for so long. That was absolutely amazing. Then we had a wee bit of a wobble, but we still managed to find ourselves in second position and in the playoffs. Scottish Cup, we got knocked out in the third round by Clyde. Nothing to really discuss there. Clyde was a better team. Premier Sports Cup, I thought we'd done pretty well in that. We were to be competitive. We ended up topping our group, and then we went to Celtic Park, and we never really got shown up. We ended up taking the lead against them, and obviously their superiority shone through, and they beat us 3-1. The Trust Trophy, I thought we might have been able to do a wee bit more in that, but we beat Stranraer and Airdrie, who were a league above us at the time and one of our rivals. But then we beat off Forfar. I think this was just after they spanked us 6-0. So that was just a roundup of the competitions we were in. We're obviously not in. We weren't on in that this season. We were in that now. But this was the playoffs. This was the playoff run that we had. We obviously beat Forfar away from home 3-0. Then we drew, and that was the last episode. And then we obviously seen in this episode, we drew with Annan away, and then we beat Annan at home. So that was all the competitions that we were in. Moments to remember was biggest win was 4-0 against Dunfermline. That was a great match to watch. Match to remember 4-2 against Edinburgh City, sorry. Again in the Sports Cup. And goal of the season went to Stephen Mullen against Airdrie. So that was our moments to remember. Finances. Our club reputation hasn't changed. We've got no new sponsor deals. Sponsorships went up by 50k. Broadcast revenue stays at nothing. Hospitality's up. Well, everything's obviously up because we've just started the save. And merchandise sales, we made 1.2 thousand. This is the team of the season. Well, how we lined up. These are the key players. We obviously had Mason in goal, Wilson, McIntosh, Sempo and Linus at the back. We had Riley, David Mullen and Walton in midfield. We had David Wilson and Stephen Mullen behind Lawler up top. Can't really argue with that. That was the team that we started with, and probably add a couple. Probably put McLaughlin in instead of Wilson and Logan in for Linus. But apart from that, everybody played pretty well. And this is the awards. I personally won Manager of the Month in January, and I also won League 2 Manager of the Year, which is always nice. Fans Player of the Season was Stephen Mullen. Young Player of the Season, Stephen Mullen. Sign of the Season, Kelby Mason. Goal of the Season, Stephen Mullen. Top Goal Scorer, Stephen Mullen. Most Assists, David Wilson. Most Player of the Match Awards, Stephen Mullen. Highest average rating, Stephen Mullen. And the most passes completed per 90 was El Zubadi. And record breakers, this is just from the start of the save basically. Mackenzie Lawler with most goals in a match and a season. Most goals in a league match, again with 3. David Wilson with most assists in a season. Kelby Mason with most clean sheets. Most Player of the Match awards in the season was Stephen Mullen. Worst discipline was Charlie Riley. Youngest player was Robbie Orr. Oldest player was Jamie McCarran. Fastest goal was Mackenzie Lawler. Youngest goal scorer Robbie Orr, and oldest goal scorer was David Wilson. The fact that David Wilson was the oldest goal scorer and he's only 27 shows how young this team is and how far they can go. And that is it. That is the end of the season, and it was a fantastic season in my eyes. I hope you agree. I hope you enjoyed the season. We'll be back in the episode. We'll be back next time for the start of the next season. I don't really want to do a transfer special because at this level there's too much ins and outs, so I would be there all day. So I'll just come back for the first couple of games of the brand new season in League 1, where hopefully we can try and stay up, and with the funds that the board have provided we could surely do that. And we'll also catch up on what we've done in pre-season and the transfers up until that point. But anyway, we'll leave it here. If you liked that in any way, please hit the like button. If you'd like to see more Football Manager 22 content, please subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on, and thank you very much for watching.